doesn't love coming home to a new package on their doorstep? Today I got to come home to this awesome Comics for Fun and Profit shirt on mine, and you can too. If you go to comicsfunprofit.threadless.com, you can check out their cool merch and get a shirt just like me. That was comicsfunprofit.threadless.com. Join the club. It's where all the cool kids are.
This episode of Comics for Fun and Profit is brought to you by our YouTube channel. Yes, we have a growing YouTube channel. We need likes and subscribes. Go to YouTube, check out Comics for Fun and Profit. Just search Comics for Fun and Profit. Or you can go to beacons.ai/comicsfunprofit and find all our links, including our YouTube, and get there that way. Got about 600 plus of our episodes in there so far. Check them out at your leisure. We've got some playlists segmented, so all of our guest host episodes are on a playlist. All of our interview episodes by Jason are on a playlist. We're going to continue to go back in time and continue to add to those for you completists out there that want to listen to all of Comics for Fun and Profit's history, because they're gone. They're gone from Apple Podcasts. They're gone from Stitchers of the world. They have dropped off. I have them on a hard drive somewhere, and we'll get them archived onto YouTube for posterity. So when Kyle and I pass off this mortal coil, Google and YouTube ain't going nowhere. Our stuff will always be around. Please, I implore you. Even if you don't like YouTube or you don't like listening to podcasts on YouTube, I get it. But you like us, or you wouldn't be listening to this. Go to YouTube, like, subscribe. So we don't have there very many. We just started it. So we just started adding episodes. Would love your support in any way you can. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 936 for comics originally releasing on September the 4th. Yeah, I only said one day, Drew.
I think I might have.
How we're going to do it from here on out. I'm
I might
learning.
have put the wrong day in. Did I put the wrong day in the chat? I know. I guess I didn't. I didn't put it in there.
Well, I don't know if you put a day in the chat. I just read it from the lunar site.
Yeah, I did not.
Which all my problems would be solved if I just read it from the previews world site. But
yeah,
I'm still breaking habits. Now back to being normal again.
It's not been long enough. Give us more. Give us another 900 episodes, and we'll get it figured out.
And maybe by the end of that, we'll be on an appropriate track.
Yes, let's hope.
Yeah.
Kyle, we got some questions this week.
Ooh, I love questions.
Yeah. What was the first comic you ever collected, and do you still have it?
So the big comics I collected were mostly stolen from you. We made that perfectly clear. Of course, that first Transformers series, those first 4 that became the first 64 of the Marvel series. And then I talk a lot about Power Pack.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember you specifically giving me Power Pack to collect. So while I remember the Transformers and everything, I think the first thing that I was like 1, 2, 3 and getting wanting the series and everything were those first 22 Power Packs or 24 or something like that.
Oh, very cool. And are they still around?
Yep, still got everything.
Wow.
Never sold any of the OG stuff because those were handled by a child, and so therefore not in
the best shape.
Condition.
Yes. What comic book character do you have the most issues of in your collection?
My Teen Titans run would give me, and of course my Nightwing run. So of course Dick Grayson as a person, I have the most of it. Him.
He's the most. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then probably maybe even if you're counting just issues of books, I have my almost triple run of Walking Dead.
Yeah, so that would be Rick.
Yeah.
Rick would be the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. It's either Batman or Spider-Man. I don't know which one for me. One of those two.
Not the Moon Knight?
No. I've built runs and sold runs on Moon Knight, and so when I'd complete a run, I'd sell it. That was when I was hot and heavy into selling, and so I'd get my run completed. I'd be like, this is awesome. Hey, it's a complete run.
Yes. Now we get rid of it.
And then because I just assumed I'd just be always out searching long boxes, and I'd just be building them over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess I have most of those runs in some form or fashion again, but most of the ones that I sold, they're not complete because it's hard to find all that stuff.
There's always a gut shot, Secret Wars is easy except for the 8 kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Who was the coolest creator, artist, or writer that you've ever met? Met, like at a con.
I loved meeting Ben Templesmith at our first convention. He was just really cool and super nice and easy to talk to and get along with. I loved the guys from
Oh yeah, the Beauty.
Yes, you're on the same page as me. That's awesome.
They were awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah,
they were pretty great.
Yeah, and Marguerite Sauvage and all them that did those things. I really enjoyed talking to them. They were great.
Yeah, I would love to say Joelle Jones, but she was not cool. She was kind of standoffish to me.
And I have great memories of Tim Seeley giving you the business.
Yeah, he was. He was not the coolest to me. But I think his interaction with me from his side was like fun and friendly and banterish, and then I was just, he hurt my feelings. So I don't think he meant it.
I don't think he thinks about it as much as you did.
I don't think I do not think that either. What is go ahead.
Also, he's that big X-Men draw. Ed McGuinness was really cool. I kind of sidled up as his line was closing with my Deadpool Spider-Man cover. And it was one of those things where like I wasn't in line and the line had been capped and shut off. And he was just like, come on, bring it over. And I was like, yay, I love you. So like Ed McGuinness was awesome to me.
Now, did you go to Indiana Comic Con with me?
No, I did not.
Dad and I went together, and he did. I mean, I don't know that he knew that I was into comics until there, and then he was just kind of overwhelmed with the nerdiness of that. But and he couldn't understand why I was standing in line for so long just to go get a comic signed and shake a hand of George Perez and the late great George Perez, and he was the coolest. And I guess that would probably be. Well, I mean, I didn't get to meet him because I didn't pay the VIP price, but I was feet away from Stan Lee.
Yeah, we did. I still regret not paying the money for that.
And he was cool. Yeah. And had a hella crowd. So that's a close second. But since I didn't actually shake his hand and talk to him, I guess I think George Perez would be the coolest.
Yeah, and I had a really good conversation with Matt Smith from that time travel book, that super small.
Oh yeah.
He was super nice.
Was that the Blue Juice guy?
Yeah, thank you. Yep.
Colliders or something like that?
Yep. Something like
that. What is the rarest or most valuable comic that you own?
Interesting. I mean,
according to Comics Realm, what is it?
Saga 1 Signed is up there.
Oh yeah.
And according to Comic Book Realm, most valuable book is my copy of ASM 4.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. I don't think I knew that you had that. Did I?
My Silk #1?
Oh, okay. I was thinking Amazing Spider-Man #4 from back in the day.
Oh, sorry.
Silver Age.
Oh, yeah, and I have the B cover for ASM 4. That's the 1 in 10 retailer incentive.
Yeah.
That's the and that's a $400 book.
Yeah.
As it sits.
God, I'm trying to think of kind of rare, like I've got like a couple con exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that beauty that was in a brown bag.
Yeah.
That was pretty great.
I've got that retailer incentive of Walking Dead 150.
Yeah.
It was one per store. I've got that.
Yeah, and so some of my signed books would probably be the rarest, you know, because low print run and signed. So not that many of those, I wouldn't think. Valuable, I have no idea what I still have left that's worth anything.
My fourth print copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Mirage.
Yeah.
Technically, the fourth print's still a $150 book, and that's actually in really good condition.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then all of my first appearance of Nightwing, my Tales of Teen Titans, at issue 44. I've got three issues of that, and they're $100 a piece.
I could have said Werewolf by Night 33.
Yep, could have said Spider-Man 300.
Which I could have said Spider-Man 300. I could have said, but I guess I have Werewolf by Night 34 still. That's second appearance. That's probably several hundred.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know how I was obsessed with the Kanan series?
Yeah.
That Kanan number 6 is still a $200 book. And then I have 4 copies of number 1. It's a $70 book. Pretty much that stuff.
Kyle, how do you organize your comic collection?
Publisher, alphabetical.
Okay. Mine are just in a box.
Except for, you know, like Walking Dead gets its own box.
Yeah.
Teen Titans gets their own box kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
I used to do that.
DC box.
I used to do publisher, alpha publisher.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would also pull out my characters that I cared the most about, and they would be their own boxes. Yeah. And then I became pathetic, sad collector that just accumulated comics and shoved them in a box and thought I'd get to them later.
Oh yeah, I have probably 12 short boxes that are just
mixed.
These are my orders for January through November.
Yeah. And yeah, it's sad. It's sad. You've got to be dedicated, man. You know, collectors that they get their box, and some of them, you know, they get big ass shipments, and then they just like bag, board, collate.
Yeah, your boy who used to do the podcast, he'd like scan everything in and then bag and board. And then...
Yeah, right. Yeah, Mike does that. Mike Myers does that too, and like he processes, man. It's like working a part-time job because he gets like 1,000 comics a month.
Great.
Yeah, it's crazy. You have signed comics, right?
Oh yeah. And then our good buddy Jason sends us some awesome stuff from the Hawaii cons. We get some cool signage stuff there too. Oh, that's
true. We do.
He does awesome stuff. He always hooks us up with some of the coolest stuff. So I mean, he's sent me some really cool stuff from some people I super admire that are, you know, big keystones of my collection.
Oh yeah, my Stan Sakai signed. That was awesome.
And I still have my birthday card. He had Kevin Eastman draw on for me.
Right. Like when are the next time you're going to get to see Kevin Eastman at a con?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have a favorite signed comic? Is it the Saga?
Yeah, the Saga one is a big one.
It's really hard to get BKV and Fiona in the same room.
Yeah.
And
that
signed.
one that I had Marguerite Sauvage and Ant and all 3 creators sign at that C2E2 was really cool.
Yeah.
What was that female 50s superhero book, whatever it was?
Yeah. I remember that.
That was really cool. And then the Reaper stuff, not Reaper, whatever it was that Tim Seeley did.
Revival.
Yeah.
Very cool. What's the most that you've ever spent on a single comic book?
I don't tend to spend a lot.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm thinking it must be The Walking Dead 1. For me, that was it was the reprint though. The first Walking Dead Weekly. It was a Walking Dead Weekly where they when they got to 50, they started over, and each week they'd run them again.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's like a million number ones, but that one I think I paid $40 for it, but it was CGC'd. So
I paid $50 for that Saga signed.
Yeah.
I think it was after ship.
So I've never spent 3 digits on a comic.
No, me either.
That I can remember. No, I know I never have. And I never probably will. Unless I come across something that I let go and
I see a guy at a yard sale with a 181 for $200.
100.
Yeah.
That's true. Have you been to a Comic-Con since COVID?
No.
Me neither. Killed it.
Mm-hmm.
It killed it. Do you prefer physical comics or digital comics?
Oh my goodness, physical all day.
Huh.
Can't do. I mean, I like the idea of digital, but like, I'm a fan of physical comics.
Yeah. I prefer reading. I prefer reading digital, and now that I'm old and don't need 50 long boxes in my house, I don't love physical comics anymore. It gots to go.
I get all the things you're saying, but like the purist in me still knows it's inferior.
100%. But 100%.
I will easily make that sacrifice for the convenience of it.
Yeah, but you have a really nice basement and really good storage options. You have unlimited storage, and I have very limited storage. Yeah. So those long boxes really stress me out here, where they don't stress you out.
Mm-hmm.
What I could do is put a couple of shelves in your house.
100%.
The Ellinger collection.
Yeah.
There we go. Have you ever completed an entire series run? Let's say over 50 comics. Have you ever completed a run that long?
Yeah. Well, I mean, completed or just owned?
Well, yeah, that's owning. Completed.
Yeah, I have the whole 52 series that came out at the launch of New 52 just sitting there. I have the first run of Nightwing that was like 110. I don't shoot. Yeah, up through 50 maybe. No, I mean, I have everything Saga through like 60, but yeah.
Not a lot of 100 runs, just the one, you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Yeah. I've completed a bunch. Moon Knights have been over 50, sold them. West Coast Avengers was like 100, and it was a lot. It was in 3 digits. I sold that. Yeah, I was I really kind of wish I would have known that COVID was coming. I would have held on to everything until COVID.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, COVID was the high watermark on everything.
Yeah, that would have been great. Would have been fun. What is your favorite comic book storyline of all time?
I mean, the series of Saga and the series of Walking Dead, I love. Court of Owls.
Court of Owls was a great arc. Yeah.
I mean, I'm holding Tom Taylor's Nightwing stuff in pretty high regard for his last run.
That's pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved Superior Spider-Man.
Yep, that was fantastic.
In Slot We Trust run, I thought that was phenomenal. Yeah. That really pulled me back into a lot of great stuff there. And then
breaking it into like an arc is tough for me, because I'm like, when I think of like, it was, Y the Last Man. I loved Y the Last Man. Sandman. I loved Sandman. All of it. I loved, Preacher. And I'm trying to I'm trying to think if there were just like arcs of something that I was just like, but yeah, Court of Owls is a good one. You know, Snyder had some great runs in there. Great little runs in there that were just awesome. So yeah, Super Sons was a great run. I love that. But yeah, but basically I'm just defaulting to entire series. Do you have any comic book merch like figures, posters, stuff like that?
Yeah, I got some pops, and a couple little things like that. I've tried not to jump too much into figures, but yeah, pops and a couple statues.
Yeah, I have a Moon Knight figure, and I have like reproductions of keys for wall art. I have various cups and mugs, and lots of T-shirts that are comics themed. My name, Drew, is the letters are all comic covered, but my daughter actually made that for me, so I don't know if that really exists in the world.
There you go.
Anywhere. But yeah. I have plenty of branded stuff, but I'm not a collector of I guess I'm a collector of comic book T-shirts because I have, maybe 20 at this point that I love to wear. I wear the hell out of them too. What is the most hidden gem that you found in a bargain bin?
Ooh.
I know a couple, and I bet we're thinking of the same ones.
I mean, that Young Avengers Presents Hawkeye.
That was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And that was just like printing money.
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
And nobody knew that was the first Fraction, and Fraction was hot as all get out.
Yep.
And then I stumbled upon the first of that whole Young Avengers series on accident, thinking it was one of those books. So my Young Avengers 1 from the 05 series, that's the first Hulkling, first Iron Lad, first Patriot, first Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
That one I picked up I picked up for $1, and it's a $130 book.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Like I said, I grabbed it on accident, thinking it was another Young Avengers Presents type thing.
Right. That's pretty cool. I don't know that it can happen anymore.
No, and
maybe you get lucky at a garage sale, but I never have.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite comic book cover?
Yes.
Okay.
So Batman and Robin, where Damian and Nightwing, and it's just them crossed arms in front of the cover. Yep. That one's awesome. The Super Sons cover where Batman and Robin are face to face and the kids are face to face. I love that cover.
Okay, that's a good one.
There's 3 or 4 Transformers covers I love. I love that issue 5 where Shockwave and it says all are dead behind him. I love that cover.
That's one
of my favorite of all times. And then the OG Transformers one with just Prime, larger than life.
Yeah, that's great. I love the classic covers, man. And they're most of them are Spider-Man covers, probably. Walking away with the trash can, the suit in the trash can, and there was that Green Arrow, Green Lantern cover with the guy shooting heroin. I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. And just I like some of those classic covers that basically get re-homaged over and over again.
Mm-hmm. I love that Rose Besh silk cover with the sneaker. That's silk number 2. I love that. I'm still looking for that in the CGC 9.8. I just can't pull the trigger on it. Thankfully, it's come down quite a bit. I just haven't pulled the trigger.
Now, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I'd be so evil. I would be so evil. Of course, invincibility or teleportation are the big 2.
Are they're the big 2?
Yeah.
Huh. Not like invulnerability? Or like immortality?
Immortality would suck.
What?
There are many days I wake up and look forward to dying.
But you'd have plenty of time to, make things better.
Yeah, that's true.
And you'd have plenty of time to read every freaking comic book in the world.
I mean, obviously, if you could just be like, I just want to be Superman, that's perfect. Yeah. Perfect and easy.
Yeah, but if you can only, you gotta, pick a lane, and nobody's picking. I want web shooters. I don't think they might.
But you gotta. I mean, if I'm gonna, I gotta be able to make money off of it or something.
Yeah, right. So I guess teleportation would be a good moneymaker.
Mm-hmm. I'd end up robbing a couple banks.
I think I might too. For sure. Those were pretty fun. Thanks for playing along. That was pretty cool. Let's do a little hot 10.
Hot 10. I've got all these tabs open looking at things and going through lists and everything. Let's head over to our good friends at Comic Book Invest, CBSI, comicbookinvest.com, and let's look at their hot 10. And Drew, we talked about their number one book. We thought it was cute, but we just didn't know it would be that hot. It is the I Lie Popeye, number one, the cover D, which is the homage to Punch Out.
Yeah, I thought, oh man, that's gonna hit a nostalgia button for some people. Maybe it's been done too much. Yeah. I won't pick it as my pick of the week, and I should have.
High sale of $40, going for around $20. That's pretty cool for a Popeye book,
and for whatever tiny little publisher that is.
Yeah, for massive. It was a massive hit for massive.
Yeah.
At rank 2, we have Terrifier, number one, a variant. Looking at things a little bit differently this week, as many of the usual suspects of books the last few weeks are still selling, but not as strong as some of the volumes and at softer prices. So that brings us to a thinly traded books that is selling at an all-time high, following the recent trailer for the third film in this cult franchise. This hard-to-find comic series is seeing a bit of action this week as the first ever CGC 9.8 sale sold for $750 on August 21st. Has already been exceeded this week with an $850 sale. Mix in a couple of 9.4s and 9.6s for $300, and this book is in demand.
Did you know Terrifier was a 3 films franchise?
Yeah, I missed episodes 1 and 2 of said franchise. So
yeah, I did not know that was a movie, or is it a TV show? Except for the recent trailer for the third film. Yeah. So it's a movie. I've never heard of it.
But, I mean, I miss a lot of horror stuff because I dislike it immensely.
Yeah, that's true.
At rank 3 of Sonic the Hedgehog 98, following the same rationale, another trailer has caused a stir in another hard-to-find, thinly traded comics. The First Appearance of Shadow has been pricey for a while now, but this week's pair of sales for mid-grade copies for $300 and $325 stand out. The prior 2 sales for this comic were a couple weeks ago for seemingly nicer copies for $240 and $50. We still have time before Sonic 3 hits theaters in December, but the first trailer has ignited the market. What's the ceiling on this in high grades? We shudder to think what we shall see. ASM 194. This is, of course, Black Cat, and of course the Sydney Sweeney rumors, driving those sales. $240 for raw CGC 9.8 newsstand version for $2,655.
Yeah, I mean, she's an attractive girl, but I just can't see her doing Black Cat at all. I don't see it. Is that blasphemy?
Yep. At rank 5, we have Avengers 55, a classic back on the list, as the first appearance of Ultron is seeing some action following the news of James Spader's return in the upcoming Vision series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm actually excited by that. Say what you will about the second Avengers movie not being at the level of the other films in the series, you can't deny that Spader killed his role of Ultron. I completely agree with that. That said, with a couple dozen sales this week, with Raws reaching $170 for a CGC 9.8, selling for almost $2,400, it seems the MCU is back on track.
Back on track.
And we have the Incredible Hulk #1. This is a Legacy 782. It just tells you where that is. Philip Kennedy Johnson writing this one. Rumors this week that the Hulk's most recent sidekick companion, Charlie Tidwell, may be seeing a big change in the upcoming Legacy 800 of the series, as folks rushing back for her first appearance at the start of PKJ's run. I've been enjoying the series and will admit that I am curious what the plans are and what they are for her. New Hulk, new She-Hulk, new Abomination, something else entirely. Who knows?
How did you know that this was Legacy 782?
If you click on it, it is right by the one.
Oh, okay. They were tracking it. Okay.
Yeah. Huh? And it's on the front of the comic, homie.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Marvel's tracking it. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I didn't do that. I did none of the legwork for that. At rank 7, Howard the Duck, #1 from our boy Chip Zdarsky. Don't underestimate the power of gaming, as Fortnite is moving another book following last week's rush to buy Gwenpool's first series. Attention is now turned to her first in-story appearance. This one is a bounce back from about 20 sales that pushed the average back to $15 to $20. After a hard fall in the past few months, this used to be a pricey book, but spec is circular, and it often comes back around again. A couple 9.8s this week for $140. I have copies of this.
Did you know that Gwenpool was in this?
Yep. Because we also had the cover of her. A, it says it on the front cover. B, we talked about it quite a bit at the time. And C, we had that cover of her on the raft in the pool, which was her first cover appearance.
You're right.
That came in Howard Zeduk.
Well, technically her little head is on the cover of this. So is that her first cover appearance?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, some say this is actually her first appearance on the cover.
Who says that?
Some folks do.
Some people.
Collectors are arguing, debating it.
As we love to do.
Yeah. Now you're looking up Howard the Duck covers?
Yeah, I might be doing that.
You hit the rabbit holes, bro.
Yeah, I do. I tend to get lost. Oh, well. Can't find it.
Oh, well. Let it go.
I need to actually find it.
It's gonna drive you crazy?
Yes, it is.
Go to my comic shop, and they have all the covers.
Okay. Oh shoot, never mind. Her first cover appearance was Deadpool's Secret Wars 2. Was her first cover.
Oh, okay.
That was that. I knew it was a tangential thing.
I need to go back and read all the Secret Wars tie-ins.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was, actually. All right, sorry about that. I got sidetracked. Now we're back to Sonic the Hedgehog 72, the 1 in 10 variant. Sonic strikes again as the trailer has put some more interest in the most recent 1 in 10 incentives. Still parts of the mysterious Phantom Rider run. This 1 in 10 is doing above ratio at about $15 to $20 on a dozen or so sales. Not a ton of volume on this week's new releases, but this is one of the few that stood out thanks to the increased exposure from the movie trailer.
2 Sonics that make the list.
Yeah. At rank 9, we talked a lot about grommets. Grommets #4, 1 in 10. We talk a lot about the ratios seeming always being worth money, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This one, same $20 to $25 out of the gate, featuring a fun Thrasher cover.
It's the weakest of the 1 in 10s to me.
Yeah. It's not too bad, not too great. At rank 10, we have Aliens vs. Avengers #1, the 1 in 100 cover by Mark Brooks. A fun crossover that may be a bit overly verbose. This 1 in 100 Mark Brooks is gorgeous. There's a trade dress alternative for just cover price. But so far, this 1 in 100 is defying expectations, trading above ratio out of the gate at $120 with a high of $165.
Yeah, I would not have guessed that. I mean, we were poo-pooing the whole idea of the series completely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here it is, doing well. All right, notable sales. We have Crime Suspense Stories 22, an all-time classic cover hitting an all-time high price at CGC 7.0, sold for $19,200 this week.
Wow.
Part of the Roger Hill collection that sold at Heritage this past week. This was quite a jump from the last 7.0 sale, basically doubling the $8,800 from May of 2021.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Time travel. That's what I want. That's my superpower. I want to go back in
There you
time
go.
and buy these comics.
And buy these books and be like, we knew it was happening.
Yep.
We knew the whole time. And Crypt of Terror 17, more EC comic goodness from the Roger Hill collection. The CGC 9.2 also sold for an all-time high price of $15,600 at Heritage this week. Another big jump up from the last, sold for $10,800 on April 10th of 2022.
When I die, Kyle, I want you to sell my comics to Heritage at the Drew collection, and
there you go.
They'll be like, and this one is torn because his cat sharpened his claws on it. This one looks like
this one appears to have some hollandaise sauce on it.
Yeah, this one seems to have had a spilled Miller Lite all over the cover.
Yeah. We'll start bidding at $1.50.
No, we'll pay you.
Yes. All right, Drew. Let's head over to another fun spot. We've looked a little bit at the secondary market. Let's head over to Image and check the November upcoming previews.
Go Joe.
Yeah, G.I. Joe on the front cover. A neat little grouping of different G.I. Joes. A lot of them I know, some of them I don't, and
I know very few.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Very few do I know them.
But we start with a hardcover
by Emma Rios for Anzuelo. Magical realism is the category.
Ooh.
Probably the only magical realism in that category. I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
Yeah, no kidding.
And you can get book plates. And a book plate is what? Is a book plate? Do you know? Is it the cover?
Yeah, I think it's just a big slip cover.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that book plates were what they are, or that they were a thing. And this is a watercolor book. Ooh, looking at the interior pages. Okay. Lead off with that. Oh, and then we go into The Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn, #1, and it's Jimmy Palmiotti at the helm.
Yeah.
So it's a little Jonah Hex-y.
And we get a Bjorn Barons cover.
Wow. That's going to go gangbusters. That's going to sell well. Interiors look good. Who's the art?
Patrick Reynolds.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know how much you have to know, because this looks like almost an origin. So
yeah, I mean, because I don't read Spawn, but I might read this. I like Jimmy Palmiotti a lot.
Series premiere, G.I. Joe #1, the biggest comic book launch of the decade.
Remind me, Kyle, is there not a G.I. Joe already by the other guy? What's his name? Who's the G.I. Joe guy for years? The 300 issues.
Yeah, that guy.
Is it escaping you too? I can't think of his name. Larry Hama.
Yes, Larry Hama.
That didn't end, did it?
Correct.
So that's G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, and this is just G.I. Joe.
Yep, we are just cracking a whole new universe here. Conrad Hauser, codenamed Duke, has assembled a special force known as G.I. Joe to battle the rising power of the mysterious Cobra in the aftermath of the Autobots and Decepticons' arrival on Earth. But the enigmatic Cobra commander has unleashed the power of Energon like never before, featuring many familiar faces in the first appearance of an all-new character. This is the comic that will change everything you think you know about G.I. Joe, and that's only half the surprises in store for the chart-topping Energon universe. Dream team of Joshua Williamson and Tom Riley. They really missed an opportunity, because they said, and that's only half of the surprises. And then they should have said, and knowing is half the battle. But
they did. They dropped the ball. So, okay, this is in the Energon universe.
Exactly.
Whereas
this is
the
a new
Real
G.I.
American
Joe
Hero is
within the
old continuity.
Energon. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
We got some good covers.
Yeah. Really nice.
I'm still not liking the fact that we have groups of people doing covers. But, oh well.
We're not showing the Lee Bermejo. We're showing all these other covers, but not the Lee Bermejo. Come on. Is it not done, Lee?
I guess not. I guess he's, we've got to wait with bated breath.
Yeah. We go all the way to cover R in the alphabet, and that's way down there, folks.
And we get Jenny Frizen.
Yeah.
So, and we get my girl Suzumiyakia doing that cover F. That's really good.
Yeah. I don't know, Kyle. Think I could read this for just knowing Energon from a couple of Transformers?
Oh yeah, I mean they're
rivals.
gonna hold your hand on this ride. So I think you're gravy.
You think? Okay.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I would say that this is a good jumping on point. Cobra Commander mask cover too. Very cool.
We have Hornsby and Halo, which is under the Ghost Machine imprint, and it's Peter J. Tomasi, my boy.
Yeah.
With art by Peter Schnelljebergen. That was terrible. And then John Calisi on art. Good versus Evil from the mind of Peter J. Tomasi. Interesting. Very. But that's not who's Ghost Machine? Is Ghost Machine Remember?
That is
no.
That's Geiger, isn't it?
That's the same guy that does Geiger. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, I like Tomasi. He's good for everything, but I don't know.
Mirka Indalvo is churning out more Sweet Paprika stuff.
Another.
This one just handed off to Steve Orlando.
Yeah, another one. I don't want any more Paprika.
All right, give me the cover F. What is the homage?
Oh, what is that from? Tell me.
Showgirls.
Oh, Showgirls. Okay, yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, the world does not need any more Paprika.
But we do need the Rockefellers #1 by Peter J. Tomasi and Francis Manapul.
Almost.
A new cosmic time-traveling adventure from the minds of Tomasi and Francis Manapul.
It's the Rockefellers.
Oh, I did say it wrong. I did not even notice that. Okay.
Yeah. Not the old millionaires that owned all the oil.
I was way off.
Yeah. Different people. But Francis Manapul and Peter J. Tomasi working together. That's cool.
Gotta love that.
I don't know if I need any more period piece stuff though. If it's not crime, I don't know if I need to see anything old.
We have a one shot from Tananarav Du.
Yeah.
Moondogs, the Horizon Experiment.
That's like a werewolf type thing.
Yeah. Literary horror icon and multi-award winner novelist Tanahari Du, and a newcomer following East African werewolves secretly living in Miami.
Yeah, I'm not. Nope.
It's a 40-page one shot. It's a one shot for just $4. So
yeah, that's
I like
true.
that.
There's a lot of it. I just don't know if I want to read it.
The Tule Lote covers are pretty cool too.
Yeah.
The art's not bad.
Somehow I missed out on The Sacrificers by Rick Remender, and it's up to issue 12.
Starting a new arc here. Good time to
Starting
jump
a new
on.
arc. No, I don't think so.
No?
And it's dystopian sci-fi. Rick Remender.
I mean, those are all our things.
I would like that. Why did I miss that? I wonder.
Yeah.
Savage Dragon hits 275 and makes it a $10 100-page book.
Yay.
He's almost to 300 though. It will be hats off. I will give the guy credit. You know, him and McFarlane still plugging along from the founders of Image. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no kidding. Doing that thing.
Emma Kubert comes back with more Stoneheart after I thought that thing was long gone. Comes back for a new story arc. And not even a new number 1. Just doing issue 7.
Walking Dead Deluxe 100.
Okay, so we're finally to the bat.
Yeah.
In color this time.
Yeah.
Eek.
And we have all the covers that we had, because we had so many 100 covers, and we now are churning out some dope ones. That cover C is, who is that cover C?
Yeah.
Matilda Lewis.
Who, I thought that was Scotty Young, but it's Derek Hunter.
Yeah.
With the pinata.
Mm-hmm. Too soon, man. Too soon.
Too soon.
But I remember collecting those Something to Fear covers.
Oh yeah.
Those second prints. Those are nice. Trade paperback for a 3D Anomaly by Brian Haberlin. Cyberpunk action adventure sci-fi, $40. Adventure Man's Trade. Blood Squad 7's trade. Four issues of that. The complete Deadbone Erotica Omnibus hardcover, Drew.
Wow. 272 pages of smut.
1970s smut, Drew. Originally drawn in the 70s.
Yeah. Oh, they gave us some clean pages.
Yeah. Desolation Jones hardcovers. Destro trade. Moon Man trade. That's that Kid Cudi and Kyle Higgins book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Scarlet One. First 5 issues of that Energon series. That Joelle Jones cover is awesome. She does great work on that. Jerry Duggan with the Timing Luck trade paperback, which is a journalism, biography, and memoir nonfiction in the comic book section.
Okay.
Jerry Duggan takes you along his journey through comic books and Hollywood. Does sound interesting.
Yeah.
Gunslinger's Bond trade 5. New edition of Invincible trade 6. Philadelphia trade 6. Last Man trade 6. Local Man 3. All kinds of hardcover for Manifest Destiny book 2.
Oh wow.
So 25 through 48 and Skybound X 1 short story in there.
What was the Skybound X short story? There was a Manifest Destiny story in Skybound X?
Mm-hmm. I think that had like half a dozen different stories in it.
Yeah, I did. I just didn't realize Manifest Destiny was one of them.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Gotta get a hold of it.
Yeah, I gotta find it.
Trade 9 for Monstrous. No One Volume 1. Sacrificers Volume 2. Catch up on your Sacrificers, Drew.
Yeah, there you go.
Sunstone Mercy. Transformers Volume 2 trade. Love that cover B. That Daniel Warren Johnson, Mike Spicer cover of him as Atlas, essentially.
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
Undiscovered Country 5.
Ooh.
So is this...
What is this? Are these just like all apocalyptic?
Yeah, we're just highlighting a bunch of post-apocalyptic trades, I guess.
Wow, that's a lot when you look at them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. They definitely have a genre.
Yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
back into some floppy books. Black Cloak is on its 10th issue. The new Cal is wrapping up as its 4th issue of Cal 1964 drops. Convert number 4 by John Arcudi is ending as well. Creep Show halfway through. Love that ice hockey cover. That is really creepy and cool. And of course, they have a ASM 300 homage, as you do.
Wow, and then Chris Condon and Martin Marazzo. Chris Condon from That Texas Blood, love that, and Martin Marazzo from Ice Cream Man, obviously, team up. I would read that.
Yeah,
just for their book.
Dead Eyes 3 of 5. Domain is wrapping up. That Chip Zdarsky series is wrapping up. Still giving us that really cool D&D cover B.
Still haven't read my first issue of that.
Drawing Blood 8 of 12 from Kevin Eastman and David Avalon. Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. Continues to move, that Jerry Duggan book there. That's the feudal Japan meets the West.
Yeah.
Feral 8, Toby Fleek's continuing to have some really cool covers. I don't know the homage on B. I wish I knew horror better than I do. Free Agents 5 by Busick. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero 11. Here's the Larry Hama continuing to go. Really nice Snake Eyes cover. Let's see.
Yeah.
Geiger 8. That is the Ghost Machine. That is our world that we were talking about earlier.
Jeff Johns imprint. That's right. Okay.
Derek Chu cover. Very nice. Gromit 6 of 10.
6 of 7.
6 of 7. Can't read. And there's of course our 1 in 10 that's continued to do well.
I am
Slinger Spawn 38. Go ahead.
I gotta think that is Gromit's. I mean, it seems to be clicking with people.
Mm-hmm.
And seems to be collectible.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's doing well enough in sales that they could knock the of 7 off and just do ongoing.
Yes, I would think so. I foresee that being a thing.
It's least possible.
Yes. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Hack Slash Body Bags 2 of 4.
Oh, I did not know this happened.
Yeah, Tim Seeley.
I do enjoy Hack Slash.
Mm-hmm. Hyde Street number 2. Really wicked cover.
They all know
another horror series. Yeah.
Jeff Johns. Yeah, so we did not review last month's Image catalog, I'm guessing.
I did.
I don't remember Hyde Street, nor do I remember Hack Slash.
We would never overlook anything, so I don't know how that would happen.
I don't think we reviewed last month's catalog, which happens. We mix it up. We mix it up sometimes. Yeah.
I Hate Fairyland 17 from its 2022 started run. Ice Cream Man 42. Perhaps we should talk about what really scary.
I am so happy that this thing is still going strong.
Dude, who thought when we first saw W. Maxwell Prince have a book called Ice Cream Man that would give 42 issues and some of the most dynamite covers I've ever seen?
Not me. And they call it an anthology. And I guess, yeah.
I mean, the stories aren't necessarily linked.
There's a thread. There's always a thread, though.
Yeah.
That connects them all. The Ice Cream Man. I mean, he's in all of them. But yeah, you're right. I guess it is an anthology. And anthologies don't do well, and they don't go 42 issues. So it's great.
Good on you. Unless they're very well written.
Yeah.
Kaya, number 23. King Spawn 40. Knights versus Samurais 3. That is a dope cover. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Action Venture, Epic, Dragons and Mythological Creatures. Very cool. Lady Mechanica, The Devil in the Lake 3 of 4. The Moon is Following Us 3 of 10. Daniel Warren Johnson. I like the art on that. It's a neat style.
Yeah, it looks good. Null Hunter.
Napalm Lullaby 7. Null Hunter 2. Power Fantasy 4. Precious Metal 6. Wrap it
Does
up.
Power Fantasy have any more chase variants?
Yeah, it's a good question. Not that they're telling us. We just have to go in and start rifling through them.
Chip Zdarsky did the B cover on Power Fantasy.
I like it.
Me too.
Public Domain 10.
Fantastic.
Yeah. This special extra sized 40-page issue. City Rat 8. Rifters number 6. Another Brian. But Brian Posehn's writing more than I thought he would.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Rogue Sun. The end of its story arc there in the Massive Verse. Holy Saga 71. Who dis? That is a dope cover. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty good. Salmon Twitch, probably my favorite Image book right now.
There you go. Oh, Scorched Spawn 360. Spawn kills every other Spawn 5 of 5. Stand Still 4 of 8. Tin Can Society 3 of 9 by Peter Warren. That is a really nice Transformers 14 cover. Love that cover E. Cover E is, of course, done by Derek Chu. It's one of my favorite. Good old
The
jazz
cover
there.
A is amazing.
Or A is amazing.
Is that cover A with the chains?
Yep.
That's amazing.
It's very cool. And, of course, a spoiler, cover B by Jorge Corona and Mike Spicer.
What are they going to do to Starscream, Kyle?
I mean, he's been known to flip-flop.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just out for himself.
Yep. Ultra Mega by James Herron 7. Universal Monsters Frankenstein 4 of 4. Violator 4 of 6. It's another Spawn Universe title. Violent Flowers 3 of 4. Of course, Void Rivals 14. Really cool.
I love that they just split up the Walking Dead's deluxes. They're like,
Yeah.
we're gonna let 100 have its own.
Mm-hmm.
It will obviously overshadow 101, so we'll just distance ourselves from it.
And that cover C is disgusting.
Yeah, Madia de Iulis. It's gross.
Why you gotta do that?
Yeah, don't do that to our poor guy. There's Marguerite Bennett doing Witchblade.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
And that's it. And I believe Image is like rivaling Marvel with
Yeah,
output.
115 episodes or 115 pages. It's crazy.
It's amazing. Lots of stuff. Man, way to go, Image. Now let's head over
Rivaling
to
our good friends at Marvel.
Yeah. Speaking of good friends, let's head over to our good friends at Cover Price for their top 20.
Oh, and I see why Drew wants to come over here, because he has found his good friends at Crossed with the Crossed Zero issue. The Constantine film wasn't a major commercial success, but the fans loved it and begged for a sequel for years. The Preacher series was much the same way, not commercial juggernaut, but fans love it. Both projects have Gareth Ennis in common. Well, another Ennis property has gotten the old option bug. Crossed features an intriguing premise. A plague infects the world, causing people to act out the darkest things you can think of. Naturally, that sounds like good TV, and fans began scouring the aftermarket for this book. We tracked 11 copies sold. High sale of $60 for a floppy, settling down to $33.
If Crossed becomes a new Walking Dead, that would be fantastic. I would love that.
I agree. At rank 2, Wolverine Revenge, the Red Band #1, Tales from the Cryptomage, which is 1 in 25. High sale is $70, 54 copies on the secondary market, settling to 50, almost exactly double ratio. The Unbelievable Gwenpool #1, just the regular cover, saw 17 copies on the secondary market, $100 for CGC 9.8, Rawls for 15. Deadpool 31. This is, of course, Ellie Camacho, the daughter of Deadpool. 19 copies on the secondary market. CGC 9.8 going for $175. And Rawls at $27. Let's hear Daredevil 181. This iconic book has fans taking a second look. This book marks the death of Elektra, the often love interest of Daredevil. She's been in the headlines lately thanks to Jennifer Garner reprising her Elektra role in Deadpool and Wolverine. And the new Punisher and new Daredevil Elektra recently came out in comics. And there have been rumors that Elektra, this time from the Daredevil and Defenders TV series, may make a return for Daredevil Born Again. CGC 9.8s for $312. Rawls for $36 as 21 copies sold. X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 251. This is, of course, the crucified Wolverine on the cover. Seen a lot of that from, of course, the movie as they go back in time and check out a lot of really cool things. 54 copies selling these things. Still sound like crazy. CGC 9.8 going for $350. Rawls at $25 a piece. Then we have Avengers 55 from 1968, Drew. The Age of Ultron is an oft-forgotten Avengers movie, mostly due to being overshadowed by its predecessor and successor. Still, this introduced Ultron, the epic villain. So, 16 copies. CGC 8.5 going for $186, Drew. Rawls for $35 for this 1968 beauty.
Yeah, that's a good one to have.
Yep. Power Fantasy #1, the regular cover. The community has had their eyes on this book for a while. Even before it dropped, it was garnering heavy interest. Then the Chase variant dropped and everyone's attention shifted. Cover A was still doing well, but heavily overshadowed by the limited Chase cover. Now cover A is hitting the spotlight as the Chase variant has either been chased down or is getting too expensive. Tracked 13 copies of the regular, sold in the secondary market, $23. Currently, you can get it for about 12, but highs at 23. Secret Wars 8, Black Suit Spidey, gotta love it. Doctor Doom, gotta love it. 27 copies selling on the secondary market. CGC 9.8s going for $625, and Rawls for $51. And Infamous Iron Man #1 from 2016, Doctor Doom. This is the Doom as Iron Man with Tony Stark AI, all that fun stuff like you do. Of course, we're all speculating on the Robert Downey Jr. and Doom of it all. 27 copies sold, high sale at $211 for CGC 9.8, near mint for $51.
Amazing Spider-Man 194. We talked about that from 1979. It's the first Black Cat, and they have 16 of these moving, with a high sale of $1,000 for a 9.6, and near mint Rawls around 138. New Mutants 98, of course, that's Deadpool's first appearance. How many? 20 copies of this moved, including in 9.8 for $11.59, and Rawls for $320. Daredevil 11. The Ron Garney regular from September of 2016.
Of course, that's Muse.
This is the Muse, yeah. Continues to sell just 12 copies with a high sale of $139 for a CGC 9.6. Raw's around $60. The Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, 266. This is, what is this? First Gambit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And 18 of this was moved for the high sale of $619 for a CGC 9.8, and current Rawls around $139. Another Daredevil. This is 183, and is this more Muse or something
More
else?
Muse, like you do.
Maybe. High sale of 188 for a CGC 9.8. Rawls around $15. At 16, we have X-Men 137 from 1980.
But that wasn't Muse. That was the Spider-Man Daredevil or Punisher cover. That's just the Punisher cover.
Oh, okay. It's a John Byrne X-Men 137. Highly desired property to see translated. So it must be people getting excited about this might happen because of X-Men 97.
Mm-hmm.
It is an iconic cover, so it makes it a desired book. And this is 14 of these moved. High sale of $68. 9.0 copy for a 9.0 copy. And near mint raws are $44. So I'd probably might as well go up and get that CGC.
Might as well.
For an extra $20. Power Fantasy #1, the Chase variant. People are still looking for this, but 9 more copies were circulated. High sale of $20 for a near mint, and current raws around 10. So that's pretty cheap for the Chase. I thought people were excited about that.
I thought, yeah.
Gambit #1 from 1993. He's still hot. 8 more copies of this sold. 8. That's hot. I think I might have exaggerated there a little bit. High sale of $60 for a 9.6, and current raws around $17. That's probably a good investment book.
Oh yeah.
Just in case he gets option, and even if he doesn't, to X character getting the first appearance or his first series #1. That's pretty good.
I think I have that somewhere. I recognize that cover very much.
Yeah, I do too. I think that might have been a staple back in the day. Amazing Spider-Man 252. I had this one, and 11 copies of this one sold. High sale of $84 for an air mint. Current raws around 69. And finishing out the top 20, we have Werewolf by Night, the Red Band, Jeff DeCal, 1 in 50, moving 11 copies with a high sale of $84 and raws around $69. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. All right, Drew, now it's time to head on over to our good friends at Lunar Distributions.
Give the people what they asked for.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Next week. And let's start with some Absolute Power #3.
Some good covers here. It's been a decent series. I liked it. Mm-hmm. I've not chased any side quest books, but I've enjoyed the main couple on the series. But yeah, some great covers there.
Yeah.
Autumn Kingdom #1. What's that? It's a Colin Bunn book. And it's on what? Oni. Is that Oni Press?
I think so.
Wow. Don't get a lot of Onis. Batman 152, the cover D, Nicola Scott is pretty great. Mm-hmm. Multiple Batman on the cover. Very, very cool. And the Nicola Scott cover F homage to Dark Knight Returns is nice.
Dark Knight Returns, yeah.
But
Birds of Prey 13. Ejikari. It's a really good cover.
It is. Batman or Detective 400, the facsimile. That'd be a fun one to take around. Get a sketch on.
Mm-hmm.
Gromit's #1 is its 3rd printing. Gromit's 2 is in its 2nd printing. Go Gromit.
Keep doing your thing, Gromit's.
Holy Rattler is at 8 of 9. That'll soon be finished up. Justice Society, 11 of 12. Curious how that one's doing. Plastic Man No More, #1 of 4. I haven't read a Plastic Man for a while. Those were always fun books.
Yeah, I don't think we've got the serious Plastic Man books, but I like some weird Poison Ivy covers.
Yeah, it hits 25. Is this the end? Time to put a pin in her? Or is she still selling well?
We're charging extra for this oversized 25th issue, so.
Yeah. Public Domain looks to be stealing Green Lantern cover on his cover, but not quite. A little different.
That Rook Exodus covers with the Warthog's kind of neat.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat too. Trinity Specials. Walking Dead's at 96 here.
Some good Void Rivals covers as well.
And a
For the
trade.
Yeah.
All right, let's head on over to Previews World for the rest of our people.
Yep.
Go to Boom. And Animal Pound finishes up. Man, that's a good book.
Firefly, Malcolm Reynolds, Year One. $8 book.
What is Farscape? Is that a game?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that a show? Which one was first?
Huh.
Or is it just a show?
Might just be a show.
Okay. Minor Arcana.
I'm not familiar with the property.
Okay. It's not a game then.
Yeah.
Minor Arcana, Jeff Lemire. Got Tula Lote on the cover B. It's pretty nice. What's the cover A look like? Oh, it looks good too.
Classic Jeff Lemire cover, eh?
Yeah, that's pretty great. Teresa, the daughter of a small-town psychic fraud, returns home to care for her ailing mother, however, begrudgingly. She discovers a baby more magic than she originally believed. Do I want a magic book? I don't know. Well, I like Lemire, though.
Red Before Black, #1 from Boom, going to a second printing.
Yeah, good for that book. Titan gives us a new Conan, Barbarian. This is Battle Blackstone, #1.
Jim Zub. Marvel giving us Exceptional X-Men, #1, Eve Ewing. Kate Pryde leads a team of all new X-Men.
A lot of covers.
Rose Bash cover is awesome.
Get Fury, 5 of 6, with a great skull cover. Kid Venom. I hope it doesn't do well. Otherwise we're gonna get kid versions of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Zombies: Dawn of Decay launches with its first issue.
I do like that Stan Sakai variant for Kid Venom 2.
Yeah. We got a Moon Knight annual, #1.
Couple of them.
Yeah. #9 of the Secret Wars facsimile is out.
NYX #1, the art germ that I talked about loving, going to a second print for the 25 copy incentive.
Yeah, good call there.
Spider-Boy 11, Star Wars, The Acolyte, Kelnaka. So Acolyte's already been canceled for season 2, and we've all moved on.
Did it leave like a cliffhanger, like you needed a season 2, or was it? Do you think it buttoned up?
I'm not real sure, and I definitely know nobody cared if it didn't.
Yeah.
Love this. What if Donald Duck became Thor? The Walt Simonson homage variant. Love that cover.
Yes, I've always been a fan of that cover, so I should have mentioned it earlier when we were talking about favorite covers, because that's one of them. Dynamite.
Thundercats 1.
Thundercats 1?
Yeah, they're re-releasing these. Declan Shalvey's is a signed deluxe edition for $42 and $48.
Very strange pricing.
Same thing with the Space Ghost 2 deluxe executive Bjorn Barron's foil cover. Gosh, I hate the things that Dynamite.
Yeah, they do some weird stuff. Down in the smaller publishers, we've got the Shantai Swimsuit Special, whatever that is. Archer and Armstrong says this, and their book is called Assassination, when there was just a book called Assassination. Wouldn't think you'd be able to bogart that.
Yeah.
Canto 4.
Chainsaw Man graphic novel from Viz.
Dark Empty Void #1.
That's exactly what I was looking at too.
Was it?
Zach Kaplan from Matt.
Oh, very cool. It's a sci-fi book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't want no graded stuff. Dark Horse gives us Duck and Cover, and this is a Scott Snyder, Rafael Albuquerque book.
Oh, wow.
A manga-influenced teen adventure set in the strange post-apocalyptic America of 1955. This is the team that gave you American Vampire, a critically acclaimed run, and launched Scott Snyder into the stratosphere. Very cool. And they're doing it for Dark Horse. Helen of Windhorn.
Gemini Blues #1. Oh, it's the second print.
Helen of Windhorn #4 hits. That's been an interesting Tom King book. But the bilk was Evely art is really the thing. It's pretty amazing. Slaughter Otter. I was just looking at that.
There we go.
The old Slaughter Otter.
Slaughter Otter.
Star Trek hits 500 for
What?
IDW. That's amazing. I would have not guessed. You think that's like Legacy 500 or?
Yeah, I think
legit
you're pulling
500?
anything that even closely has any of those words in it. Counting them. Star Wars High Republic Adventures Echoes of Fear #1 from Dark Horse. Jedi Knight Wreath Silas, and Jedi Padawan Amadeo Azazaro.
And that's that.
All right, Drew. I'll make you go first on this.
Oh, it's a no-brainer for me. It is Duck and Cover.
There we
Scott
go.
Snyder, Rafael Albuquerque doing a post-apocalyptic thing, for Dark Horse, for sure.
There we go. And I am going with What If Donald Duck Became Thor #1, the Walt Simonson variant.
And where was that?
In Marvel. Under the W's for What If. I don't know. I love that cover and them going back to it. And
that's it. Yeah, that's a crowd favorite for sure.
yeah, it's just awesome. I like it too much. I also had Duck and Cover on my list, so
I stole it.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
All right, Drew, great stuff. We appreciate you tagging along with Drew and myself as we head through our sneak peek at next week and all the other fun stuff in the world of comics. Drew gets to ask me all kinds of neat questions about the background of comics and our beginnings in the series, so that was fun, and we thank you guys for taking along the ride with us. If you want more from Kyle and Drew, head on over to patreon.com, find comics for fun and profit, throw a couple bucks our way, get things early and ad-free. Special things behind the scenes. If we do some reviews, we like to launch some stuff on our Patreon for you guys first. Be part of the Slack channel and the conversations. We appreciate y'all. So for Drew and for myself, see you.
Our LCS is Cowabunga Comics, Lake Country, Wisconsin's best pop culture destination for new comics, back issues, gaming, retro video games, vinyl, and figures. Give them a call, 262-569-9999. Check them out online at cowabungacomics.com or follow them on Twitter at Incredicow. They are our LCS, and we utilize their deep discount mail order service to bring Oconomowoc, Wisconsin closer to us. They'll take care of you. Tell them Drew and Kyle sent you. Say hi to Eric and James from us. If you need an LCS, you can't go wrong with Cowabunga Comics.